Well, we're here at Metea Park, going for a hike. Here's Connor, way out in the distance doing who knows what. This is a county park in northeast Indiana. Got about 5 miles of hiking trails around Cedar Creek, which is kind of an interesting feature for our part of the state. As we get into it, I'll kind of show you why it's unique to this area. Guess I'll go find Connor and get to it. Well, Connor has made himself a walking stick. Let's see that thing. So did you fashion that from a live tree with your bushcraft tools? No. You picked it up off the ground? I guess that's pretty efficient. So hey, is it downhill to the creek from here? What? You got bug in eye? Is it downhill to the creek from here? Yes? This area we're walking through right now is land that was cleared probably in the 19th century, and it became an orchard. Here's a old overgrown apple tree, and the orchard has been long since abandoned, and nature has sort of reclaimed this area, so there's a lot of native weedy plants that have grown up, goldenrod and thistles and cottonwood trees, and now we're transitioning back into more native forest. You've got pretty sparse vegetation on the forest floor, old canopy. And now we're sort of heading down into what is a pretty interesting geographical feature. And as we get to the edge of it, I'll talk about that a little more. Here's a dry creek bed on our hike through the old growth forest. A sign of things to come. Okay, so here we are at the top of the canyon wall. Yeah, the canyon wall. As you guys know, most of you, we live in northeast Indiana around Fort Wayne. And for those of you who aren't aware, basically from Indianapolis in the middle of the state, north to just south of Fort Wayne, the landscape is glacial. Meaning it is flat, rich, fertile farmland, and not much going on topographically until you get to Fort Wayne. And then you start to see these little signs of the way things were when God made them. The first sign of hills or topographical features of any kind start here in Cedar Canyon on the northeast side of Fort Wayne. Cedar Creek is a tributary of the St. Joe River. Look at that. Let's see if he can fall. And it's a very old natural creek. That was cool. Deadwood crushed under the weight of Connor. But anyway, Cedar Creek meanders for, I don't know, 60 or 70 miles through northern Indiana. And the last 10 miles of it from northwest to southeast cut a rather large canyon in the landscape. And we're standing at the top of the canyon wall on the very east end. We're going to see if we can find the creek. This area, the park we're in is Metea Park, M-E-T-E-A, and it's named for the Native Americans who inhabited it. It had an encampment here before we Europeans arrived. Alright, going to move a little bit and see if we can find the creek. Most of the old growth forest around here is just chock full of sugar maples, of which this is one. Check this out, guys. Along the St. Joe and the waterways that feed into it, just tons of sugars. Big maple syrup business around here, not as big as some parts of the country, but we have it in spades. And it's too bad a lot of the land that was cleared, the sugars were taken out and don't exist anymore, but this area has been well preserved. Heading down another dry creek bed on our way to Cedar Creek. Got a down tree over here. Wow. See if we can figure out what that is. Whatever it is, dead for a long time. Lots of rot. Wow. Hold on. How much kinetic energy is stored in this? The tree that fell took this one over with it, and it has it pinned, and it's not broken. Somebody needs to get out here and take care of this. That could hurt somebody. Yeah, it's a white oak. Here's a good shot of the. There we go. Definitely a white oak. That's a pretty strong tree, bent over like a spring. Let's see if we can figure out what's the one. Hard to tell, these leaves are a little shriveled up, but they're also an oak variety, a little more wispy than the white oak leaf. Definitely red. Wow, that tree's old, guys. Don't want to hang around here too long. Okay guys, we are at the main canyon, north wall. There is Cedar Creek at low summer pool today. Haven't had any rain in about a month. Check this out, guys. Here's a tree struck by lightning. Got struck, fell over, burned for a while. We are in dry conditions this summer. I got a mosquito in my ear. Not cool.
Scary.
What are you doing there, Slick? Nothing like climbing on a down tree, dead wood, cantilevered over the side of a canyon, unstable. You think that Park View Samaritan helicopter can get in here?
It's scary.
Of course, you brought your first aid kit, right?
Nope.
Really? Did you bring anything, by the way?
Nope, just a stick.
All right, let's look at Connor's loadout. He's got my old lawn mowing shoes on because that was better than skater shoes without laces.
They had laces, they just don't.
Yeah. Then we got the, what's this shirt say? Zoo York t-shirt. Camo cargo pants. Okay, blade check.
I don't have one.
What?
I don't have one.
I don't have one. Alright, hang on, I'll give you the camera for a minute. Press it and hold it till you hear it beep.
It's going.
So you got a timer going?
Yeah.
Alright guys, let's take a look at my loadout. Of course, this you're familiar with. This is the Maxpedition Fat Boy Versa Pack. You guys know what's in it. You've all seen the video. Some of you asked why this wasn't on the shelf last week. This thing's been riding in my pack. Benchmade Adamas. Actually in its own sheath strapped to my pack. Sorry about that. Pretty neat little Molly sheath. And let's see. Got the Case Logic case for the Canon. A nice loop goes right on the shoulder strap for the Versa Pack. Multi-tool, you guys know what's in here. Leatherman Charge TI. I won't bore you with the other 17 knives that are in here, except this one. Of course, it is a day hike, so campfire talk. Thanks for the sheath. Got the old buck, or I'm sorry, the old case, stag-handled 5-inch bowie, 100-year-old blade, and a brand new 2013 Kydex sheath from Campfire Talk. And just in case we encounter a rabid coyote or a cougar perhaps that's migrated over from northwest Indiana, G26 on the side today with spear, gold dot, hollow points, 124 grain. That pretty much does it. Oh, the shoes. Take a look at the shoes. Not much rocky terrain here, just some keen, low-rise hiking shoes. Good for this kind of an application. Here's an area of a little bit thicker cover at the top of the canyon wall. I'll zoom you down to the creek. We're going to try to head back to where we were just standing and see if we can get down to the water's edge for you. Be right back. Yeah, we're down. I don't know if you guys can see through there, but that daylight, that's where we came from. And we're down at the water's edge. We think a 40 or 50 foot canyon wall down here.
Probably higher than that.
Water's moving pretty lazy. Just trying to sight some fish. This is about as clear as this creek ever gets this time of year. Didn't see anything today. Must be laying low underneath these big chunks of limestone like this one. See if you can reach into that root ball and dig out a catfish. No? What do they call that?
Noodling or something?
Noodling?
I think.
You want to do some noodling?
Nope.
Nope. You ready to climb back up?
Let me go first because you're going to take a long time.
What do you mean I'm going to take a long time? I don't think so.